Hey YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. And the wind is so strong, there has to be a small craft advisory. It's that strong. And so I'm standing out of the wind. The mini truck is blocking my wind. So I'm going to talk loud. I know it's going to be at times annoyingly loud, too loud, but I won't know when to modulate my voice. So I'm just going to talk loud during this video. And this is a video for John in Florida. And John is a long distance customer. And for our long distance customers, we really try to do a very careful job to illustrate the actual condition of the vehicle. Because when I show up with the truck, nobody wants there to be any surprises. Our goal right now with this video is to illustrate the actual condition of the truck in as much as that's within our ability to do, and take it on a test drive. And then when John sees that video, he'll say, okay, I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm looking at. And my goal is for his expectations to be met, if not exceeded. So let's go ahead and let's get started. This is a 1999 Suzuki Carry, two-wheel drive, 5-speed power steering with air conditioning, 26,331 original miles. That right there, we could just stop the video now. 26,000 miles is great. Okay, if I don't rip the door off the hinges with this hurricane we have, let me start by opening, oops, man, what in the world? Start by opening the hood and showing you under here. Really, I'm just doing this to get out of the wind. All right, there's a latch right here. You can pull it up. And now that shows us our windshield washer. I'm sorry, our antifreeze fluid, our jack, our prop rod, windshield washer fluid, our wiper motor, our our high pressure valve for the air conditioning, and our low pressure valve, and our antifreeze radiator cap. There's the hood release latch I was talking about earlier. Okay, now the first thing I want to do, notice this antenna is a little bent. All right, right there. So what I'm going to do is turn it, push it right there, and now I can bend it back. It's hard to do, but the antenna is solid right here. It's hollow here. So when the solid part's bent, you can always bend it back, no problem. And it gets hooked on a branch or something. In fact, I say leave it in. There we go. Leave it in, and then you don't have to worry about it. But if you put in a radio, obviously you want it to extend and retract. And so that one does, but I'd spend a little bit of time just tweaking it, and it'll be good to go. All right, now let's go around the windshield and look for damage. I don't know what that is. That's like a mark or something. Looks really good. Looks really nice. Little, like a pebble peck right there. Tiny, tiny pebble peck. Looking good. Scratch there. Scratch, a little ding and a scratch there. Now let's look across the hood and see what we can find. So we have one ding right there and a tiny pebble peck right there that has been touched up And a pebble peck there that's been touched up. You can see that. And a pebble peck there. Also, just a few little tiny, like, pebble pecks. I'm getting really, really picky. But it's important to show anything I can see. The headlights look good. Okay, now, the bumper. So, a few scratches on the bumper. That's dirt there, actually. Little pick right there. That's all dirt from the road. All right, so somebody hit it there and it peeled the paint off right there. Scratch, scratch, pick there. I showed you that already. The nice thing about a Suzuki, a 99 or 2000, is the wheels are so far forward. It just gives you a lot of leg room up front. Okay, so we have a good tire. Maybe very good. Good to very good. Nice. If you look under here, that's called seam rust right there, where they welded the seams together. It's nothing to be concerned about, in my opinion. Higher carbon content there is my reasoning for it, because seam welds or seam rust is very common on mini trucks. The door panel, guys, does not have a single ding. The door panel is ding free, and this would be ding free if it weren't for that one mark right there. Now, I think this might be a bend in the metal, but the way I'm going to confirm that on this cab corner is to go to the other side and see what we can see over there. Yeah, so I think gosh, they're both identical. Honestly, I just don't know. If they're both bent the same. So I just don't know. I'm going to say it's bent, but the other side's bent exactly the same way. Yeah, they're both the same. I mean, maybe they have a bad brother-in-law that went and kicked both of them exactly the same, or maybe that's just factory. I don't know. All right, so now coming down the door post. This is your door post. Just a few little pebble peck, tiny pebble peck, pebble peck. Now the bedside panel has two dings, a scratch here, so you can see the scratch right there. Stops there. Okay, but let me show you here. It has some touch-up paint there where it was scratched. And I saw one ding right there. One ding from the inside out. Now, let's look underneath the bed. I really like the way they did the frames on the 99s and the 2000s. They went ahead and covered it with some sort of epoxy, which is nice. I really like that. The time I saw my very first one, that looks good under there. Look at that. Man, is that nice. This is really more important than the exterior, in my opinion, because this shows you the bones of the vehicle, you know? I mean, if it looks good under here, you really kind of know what you've got. That blue paint dot is a factory. All right, the back of, man, would you look at this? Look at this. If I was in my boat, my sailboat, I've got a cutter sailboat. If I was on the Neuse River or in the Atlantic Ocean in this, I would have a sliver of a sail out. That's how strong this wind is. Otherwise, I'd be heeled over 90 degrees. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The back of the cab looks nice. Now, look at this. Where the bed meets the cab is really nice. Beautiful. The bed, guys, is stunning. I don't know that they ever used the bed. I mean, it is gorgeous. Let's fold it down and take a look inside. Okay, so we have chains. That's supposed to be like that. And that, there we go. So now we've got chains to, it's kind of nice having chains, but this here needs to be untwisted. There we go. Now, look at that bed. Is that pretty or what? Here's what I used to do back in the day. I used to go like this. Oh man, come on. What in the world? All right, here we go. I pushed the button myself by accident. All right, look at this. Look how pretty that is. Look at that. Meaning the structural integrity is just gorgeous. You've got pebble pecks or scratches here. That has been touched up. I can't stand touch-up paint. But in Japan, they usually touch something up to preserve it, not to hide damage. That is a difference between Japan and the United States. If somebody in the States touches something up, in my experience, it's been to hide stuff. But in Japan, it's to preserve the life of it. Okay, so let's shut this. This needs to be adjusted. That's no big deal. I can do that. If you decide to get this, in other words, this needs to be a little tighter, but it is adjustable. That's no big deal. I can do that. All right. Now, the tailgate. Guys, the tailgate is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Meaning not a single ding. Now that is uncanny. That is very unusual. Taillight looks good. That looks good. Taillight looks good. Now let's look at the bedside panel. We have a ding, two dings, no, three, all from the inside out. Here, here, and here. They're very small. All right, now let's look underneath again. Beautiful. What a gorgeous underneath of the bed here. That really looks good. Okay, coming down here. I'd say that's because of the mileage is why it looks so good. Ding there. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to say that might be your bad brother-in-law dent. I don't know. It's so hard. And I've been doing this, guys, for years. But this is a new generation truck, and I'm not as familiar with every little nuance on this body, the way they bent the metal, as I am on all the other ones, because it's sort of new to me. But I'm going to say that's a dent, and the other side is a dent. I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. Okay, now, it's just so hard to tell. And that almost negates, since I can't really tell if it's a bent or factory, it almost, that looks good. It almost nullifies, nah, that's a dent. Look at that, that's a dent. All right, so the door panel looks fantastic. Not a pick, not a tear. And look under this door, look how beautiful that is. Nice, no rust. All right, now let's lift this up and let's look underneath the floor mat. Beautiful, Beautiful. And you can see where my guy just washed. It's a little wet, but that'll be dry by the morning. Okay, the seat looks beautiful. Very nice. The other seat, not so much. The other seat is torn. I can see it. Wow, look at that wind. Woo! All right, now, this door panel looks fantastic. Under the door, solid. Wait, let me see this. What's this? That's just dripped, where their water dripped. And there's a little surface rust right there. But it's not like it's cancer. But that's what that hole is for. So when water goes down here in your window, it comes out the bottom of the door. That's what that's for. Okay, now, this is under the driver floor mat, looking very nice, no cancer. And the seat is torn in two places. It's torn here and here. Good looking headliner. Okay, now let's get in the truck. Whew, so glad to get out of that. I don't even need the air conditioning. I don't know if I said, but the air does work. I tried it. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah, power steering's pretty cool. I mean, we don't really need power steering, but it has it. It kind of makes it like butter. It's almost ridiculous. It's so easy to steer. So you could use one finger to steer this truck. In fact, I'm going to try it. Down at the bottom of the hill, if I can remember, I'm going to give it the one finger steering treatment. Okay. Now, Mayberry mini trucks. We have been in business for 16 years, guys. I got this crazy idea because I had a Kawasaki Mule and I had my kids. I was in the bed of the mule and my kids were driving. I had the chainsaw and it was loaded with wood. And my left rear wheel snapped off and went rolling past me. I said, that's it. I'm done with this piece of junk mule. And I fixed it, replaced the axle, sold it, and said, there's got to be something. Oh, I got to be faster here. All right, let's get this up to 60 miles per hour. I almost forgot. So it feels really good. So that's almost 60. I've got to hit the brakes. Now I'm going to try the power steering and see if I can do it with one finger. So I'm going to go into first gear. Got to slow down. There we go. You don't want to force it into first. You want to go to an appropriately slow speed. All right, one finger. Oh, yeah, no problem. One finger, guys. That's the power steering for you. But do I have to turn in? I'm not going to say it. All right. All right. So now we're in third gear, fourth gear. I can tell this thing runs like just really, really well. Fifth gear. Now, so the wheel fell off. I fixed it and sold it. I said, there's got to be something better than a side-by-side because side-by-sides look tough, but they are a toy. A toy. The only decent side-by-side is a Kubota RTV. Diesel. They're good, but they're not like a mini truck. A mini truck is made really well. So now look what I'm doing. I'm in fifth gear, going up a steep hill, but look at my speed. I'm going 32 kilometers per hour up a steep hill. A steep hill, guys, in fifth gear. Look what's happening. I'm accelerating. That is nothing short of remarkable. That tells us that the compression is very good. And it's because it has 26,000 miles. It's barely had any use. And so the piston rings are seated very nicely and the valves are tight, tight, tight in their valve seats. So now I'm going 60 already. That's so incredible. So I said, I fixed my mule and sold it. And I said, there's got to be something that, um, there's got to be something, I said, that is four-wheel drive. You know, when you're in the woods cutting wood, you have to have four-wheel drive. And this is two-wheel drive. This is the ultimate run-around town vehicle. I'm telling you, if you show up to Home Depot or Lowe's Hardware in this, you're going to get mobbed. That might be a reason not to buy it. You're never going to get any work done. That's the truth. People are going to come up to you constantly and say, what is that? Is it really street legal? We will give you a title. There's no extra charge. If this says $6,800, that is all you pay. Not a dime more. We don't charge you a doc fee, prep fee, admin fee, none of that. No title fee, no administrative fee. It's just the price of the vehicle, and we deliver. So if you want this delivered, we charge $2.50 per mile one way. Now, you live in Ocala or Lakeland, Florida. That's like $1,700. I used to deliver down there all the time, and I sleep in my truck. I do not rent hotels. I've got a mattress in the back of my Chevy Silverado, and I have got places to sleep all up and down the eastern seaboard. I've done it so many times, it's crazy. I mean, I think I should have had some therapy, some intervention. Like, this guy sleeps in his truck more than he does his own bed. But anyway, what was I saying? Let's see. If this is $6,800, that's all you pay, not a dime more. We do deliver. It'll be a lot. It's $1,700. I'll bring it for $1,500. But you can get, like our transportation company to do it for less. The benefit of me bringing it, the downside is it will cost you more. I think having our company, our shipping company bring it will cost you less money. However, if I bring it, then I'll show up with it, and you don't have to pay for it until I show up with it, And then we collect payment at that time. And we'll take a test drive. We'll go all over the place, have a good time. I'll show you all about the truck, how to check the oil, where the air filter is, the things to do and the things not to do. But you can also have it delivered. Now, this guy who delivers it, no telling who he is, but he will bring your truck and he will give you the keys and say, sign here. And then you just call us if you have any questions. We'll tell you how to check the oil and how to check the air filter. But anyway, we'll get you the paperwork. We'll get you the title, all of that. And you're going to like this truck. You're going to go to Home Depot and people are going to ask you, where'd you get it? Tell them Mayberry Mini Trucks sold it to you. And if they're that interested, give them a card and write your name on the back of the card. And if they buy a truck, and this has happened so many times, then we will send you $100. And that's kind of our incentive plan, our referral program. We send $100 referral payments, rewards. It's just a check for $100. We've sent them out all the time. And anyways, guys, I'm starting to ramble. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And John, I appreciate. Did I get that right? Yeah, John. If you're interested in this, let us know. And we'll be happy to sell it to you. If you have any questions about the vehicle, just call us at 336-970-3885. That's Justin's number. My telephone number is 336-777-9957. Guys, thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're up to 11,200 subscribers. That's really just unexpected. And I am so grateful for you guys putting your trust in us. And I hope we can continue to earn that trust. And hit the thumbs up if you like the content of the video. And also hit notification. That's big. Hit notification, because then when we upload a video, you'll be notified. And like, we've got 3 more trucks to video here. And then when that video goes up, you'll be notified and you can watch that video and say, that's the truck I've been looking for. And then you can call us. All right, guys. Thank you for watching our video.